Well, now, looks like we got all of our skills. We are at almost strong. We've got all of our shadow clones more than ever before. Of course, these would reset too, wouldn't they? Pooh. Oh, let's go pay a visit to you. I don't even have to unleash my might. Okay, now I can buy creations after I create at least one. Both? I can't believe that I'm able to do that much damage. Wow. Considering that apparently I'm cute now. See how this works? Almost strong turns into cute. Okay. So, our power is about to skyrocket. Yeah, we're just gonna keep putting ones. Followed by kaboom! Oh. Off. Shit. Okay, everything's fine. Kaboom! There we go. This is the first time I've been able to max out the highest level ability for both skills and physical at the same time. Oh yeah. We are skyrocketing in power now. Okay. Get those buys online. One by one. Okay, so we're going to go over here and I need some of these back. Sorry. I need some of them. Okay. Keep rolling down this. Get them all set up. Make. Okay. That one requires lots of water and plants that I can probably purchase. Let's not spend my divinity too quick now. Okay. What's divinity for, after all? Holy crap. And funk. Okay, I can't. Oh, I can't buy a human though. Right. Because I have to create one first. Anyway, I'm sure I can get this later, but oh my gosh. So, wow. I could definitely beat you now. If I could unleash my might, which is going to be an hour. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. We got another thing to check out though. As we skyrocket, we need to check out you. I sent it off for an 8-hour run. Just an 8-hour jog, that's all. Holy crap. It's actually pretty powerful. Well, I mean, for a mouse. What do I want to do with you? Level you up further? No, I think the multiplier's the best idea. I think that this is the best course of action for you. Tweetles? Eh. Oh boy, what should I do now? I guess I got all these clones. I could work on something over here. A slow burn on these. Okay. A very slow burn over here. Yep. That's wow, 11 hours, 6. Yeah, this is gonna be like nothing. This is gonna be like the no progress at all corner. It's okay though. I'll go over to get 2 clones off of this. This will get my stats way the heck up. I'll keep gathering divinity. I'll keep making stuff. And I'll be able to make my more monuments. So we'll see if we can't get that lighthouse this time around. Yeah, our power is growing at an absurd rate right now. Man, I'm already significantly more powerful than I had been before that rebirth. It's not even been that long. It's already ready to take me up. Oh my gosh, how can I go up this much more with the next one? I haven't even gotten all my stuff on yet. What is... My gosh, should I just do it? Should I just rebirth now? Should I not even bother making all this stuff? I mean, you're going to give me all that? I think I should, actually. I think it would be for the best to just take this. Yeah. Oh, wait, was that? Yep. Holy crap. I mean, holy crap. I mean, okay, well that didn't work. Here, I guess I should probably get this started first. Okay. This is absurd. Oh, Diana's actually putting up a fight, is she? Oh, well. Hold on. Okay, what was that now? You lot are trying to fight back? Huh? This is just ridiculous. Already? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, we'll do some push-ups too. Yeah. What you can do about that, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Really? It increased by 1? Oh! Let's finally get ourselves another boost. Huh. I thought that rebirthing and fighting them again wasn't going to give me more points. Does it randomly drop them, or is it after a certain number of knockouts, or what? Well, we'll swim a few laps. Ooh, okay. Wow. Yeah, no, this one's tough. This one's always tough. Okay, that's fine. I'll get you. I haven't unlocked this. I haven't unlocked my skills. Guess I better turn these on. Huh. Oh, right. You. Well, I suppose... No, not 50. I don't know why I have so much trouble punching in numbers here. See, it's because I'm deleting the 1 and putting in a 5, but as soon as I delete the 1, it wants to make a 0 for some reason. So, chomp. Chomp. Nom 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 nom. Okay. So, I'm going to send you on a campaign to level again. Off you go. Away with you. I do, however, keep the pet stones. Maybe I should be searching for those. That's something I can carry over, but also carry over something from that growth rate, so... Well... I suppose what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to just pile a whole bunch of these in. Well, it's more... Okay, how about now? Nope. I can't unleash my might yet. Alright. Well, we still haven't even fully filled out our hit points. So yeah. Alright then. So when I come back tonight, this should be awesome. Okie doke. Let's see how far along we are. Can't say I'm overly surprised with what a tiny fraction it is of my
There's no way to access that spot?
my clones. Alright, go! Get on with it. Power me up.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Alright, now what we want to do is... How you doing over here? Sure, why not? Pets.
More of them.
Hey there, buddy. 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, fine. Be that way. Alright, we have made 6 animals and no humans.
Better hurry. Oh, there.
So it must have only just finished its shadow cloning and is now working its way up there. That's fine.
Not gonna throw fire.
Hey, yo.
Are you? No, you're not a noble salamander, just a regular salamander.
Okay. What about
just take
you?
these things out in
I
public
think
one at
I
a
can
time,
smash
put on a show
this
for the crowd.
one.
It's great.
Well.
This is how you build a reputation.
Well.
Nobody hears about what you do.
Let's
with
see.
some
I need to
dusty
make
dungeon.
sure I create a tree.
Do your displays in public
And
like
I guess then we'll
this.
just get back onto the human. However, what's a human need? 100 water,
Soon be
25
forgotten.
plant, 25 fish, 15 animal. Well... Okay. And then 25 of these, huh? Just buy 50. I'll go overboard. What else does the human need?
One?
Plants! My goodness. Humans, they just want to devour everything. Let me see. And 100 water. No. I just want to buy 100 water.
Easy XP.
Okay. Now you can go back to creating a human, and I need like 5,000 water. So, can I just buy 5,000 water? Thanks. And there we go. Now I can buy humans, I can buy rivers. Well, I will be able to in a second. I can buy everything.
Such a wide variety of summon
Good.
types.
And we've got a long way to go with all of these, which is fine by me.
I like the demons, but I remember on
Yeah, I've got a long way to go.
The sheer volume I could have had in the original Baldur's Gate.
I guess I may as well do that so it runs for a while. What else do we need to do? We are growing pretty quickly. Almost ready? Not almost ready. Right. I'm still missing that might tab. That's what I keep looking for.
The impromptu army of farmers turned to
not
bears
there.
eventually
Okay,
overwhelmed
so, and we've got a river.
Wow.
So, what we need now
Who wants
is
to knock the
2,000
polymorph?
stone.
Nope.
Hmm.
There you go.
You know what? I'll just buy 5,000. Whatever. Get on it!
It's a very
Bolster me.
resistance.
Okay, I
Doesn't come
need
up
10,000
too
of that. Was it
often.
250 and 100? No problem. Let's see. That was 250. We'll just buy 500. And what was it, 100 plants? Yeah, I think that's what it asked me for. I'll just buy 500. Who cares? More than enough.
There you went.
Half my clones at work. Does this have an impact on my rebirth?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we've got a human. All we need is 1,000 stone. Don't I have 1,000 stone? I do have 1,000 stone.
You've been gooped.
Ah.
Nickelodeon style.
In fact, I might as well just buy some more. Man, stone is
Gain a
cheap.
tome of wisdom.
Good.
Oh, no, it's super low.
I will probably make a bunch of mighty statues and things. Or
Hey
maybe
there,
I'll try to
Captain
buy
Everybody.
enough light and do the next
You have
one.
some kind of gemstone?
Man, even with 40,000
What's it
clones,
all
this
about?
does take a bit, don't it? Which will be done first? My pet's 9 or
This man's a
8
zombie,
or however
sure.
many hour journey,
Is that all the
or the
inconvenience of
tomb.
rotting
Oh, it'll
flesh
be
and
the
losing
tomb.
brains? Oh, yeah, making someone observe
Big
like
Bang,
that is a
level
master's stroke.
10,000.
No complaints, no
Okay,
healing meetings, no
right.
requests for a raise. All the benefits of the undead
Keep
without
it up.
the
Move
smell.
mountains.
Yeah. It's great when it
there.
works.
Doot.
Problem, people tend to snap out of
Okay, I
domination
need
effects at the most inconvenient
50,000
times,
and 250,000.
though.
Well, I got 50,000 stone.
Often it'll be because some companion comes along and goes,
All right.
remember who you are.
All right. That's gonna take 5.5 minutes, even with all
I
that.
prefer to
But
just build
holy
robots
crap!
myself.
Will it boost my create count? Excellent. Okay then. Oh, how my create count keeps saying that my
Okay,
next
so now
rebirth
what
will
do
be
you
much
with
huger. The
mage,
max
do we?
clone count must be impacting
what
it,
do we have for mages?
or something. I don't know, because I've not gotten even a
Silence,
fraction of
50-foot
many of
radius.
these as I had before. It's odd.
Good start.
'Tis most strange. What do I want to make you make? I'll just leave you on making people. That'll get a lot of the other achievements just by and by. So I guess that's what I'll leave you at. You're doing that. And my pet gained 180 levels. Hey, how's it going? Wow.
Oh shit! No, I meant to be
What
selecting
should I
her.
do
You were to
with
make her
you
invisible and-
now?
Oh well, whatever.
What can I do?
Feed you clones, level you up more, or try to boost your multiplier, try to gather pet stones. This is one of the few things that carries over, or
Just invisibly slip this way.
I should probably set you to
That.
upping your multiplier.
Where is it?
Yeah,
Silence.
yeah, do it. The multiplier will carry over. That's worth doing. Whew. Our power! It grows.
Silence.
My gosh, does it ever. I don't even have unlock might.
Her.
It doesn't matter. You can't beat this. Ha ha ha.
Let's see, magic missile.
Alright, and more of this. Zip.
Not working.
I need more. More yet.
Sight.
But, Artemis here,
Dispel magic.
got the hunt. Forests and hills, moon, and archery associated with the night. Not enough to create the night, though, but maybe some forests. Yeah, that's about what I thought would happen. No. We need to get the unlock might first
Magic on him.
before we can do in that.
Skeleton in a second.
And fighting for pizza.
Turn undead.
Pizza?
Turn undead.
Oh, it is the Ninja Turtles. I see. Okay. I called it, I guess. Alright. Well, I'll be back in a... Well, I'll just pause this for a couple of minutes, then I'll come back and we'll see about fighting for pizza. Okay, so... let's start seriously powering up. Oh, there we go. That's where you stop. Let's see. We'll just keep going. Okay, that'll be where we stop. And training on Dimension X. Okay. So I had progressed a little bit, but the file, the recording got messed up, so I ended up starting back. I do not know why these two are yellow. I literally have no idea why their names turned yellow. I can't figure it out. But I can tell you that this had been an epic battle here. And because I rebirthed again, now it was kind of not such a big deal. Take that, cute. Okay. So, I can also tell you it had taken quite a bit of monument building, which at the moment I don't have any of. Okay. God, humans take for freaking ever. I'll tell you. Okay. So we want to be able to make this. Let's go ahead and buy that. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? You can't buy anything you haven't made yourself. I'm going to go ahead. It's not that expensive to just purchase some of these basic essentials here. I mean, it's, you know, I got tons, and just having 10,000 of each would speed my process up so much, except for trees. I have no use for trees. But fish? Okay, now it's getting kind of spendy. Yep, okay, I can't afford this one. It's okay, though. Okay, first human in place. Bam! Let's make ourselves our river. For a mountain, I'm going to need 200,000 stones, so we'll have to... There. So after the river, we'll make ourselves a mountain, which will be useful for a monument. Okay, make the mountain. Then, should probably buy some more. Stone and light are cheap, which is good, because I'm going to need lots of them. Gosh, it's slow. Oh, yeah, I also spent these, to give myself another bonus. So I'm... Oh, wait, no, I said building speed. Right. So that comes with the monuments, which I amass. Also, on the rebirths, I tend to pick up more points beating the same guys over again, which surprised me. Okay. Good. Excellent. So just make some rocks for now. Rocks are good, right? Yeah, rocks are useful. Okay, we'll go over to our monument. No, that's no good. Two guys ain't gonna get this thing built. Ain't gonna get this thing built in a timely fashion. Actually, what I should probably do is I should probably just snag all of these fellers. Ah, my might tab. I didn't even unleash might on that one. Okay. Whump! Yay! You need water and plants. Guess what? I have water and plants. I have a lot of water and a lot of plants. 250 and 100? Yeah, I think we could do that for a while. Boy, it's so slow. I need to get my creating and my building speed up. Yeah, I should have probably done creating speed again, but I did building. Deal with it. Come on. Give me that absurd boost. We're going to go from 1.9 strong to... These things are insane. The power boosts that they give me are just ridiculous. There. Oh, and... Okay, this one's going to take a while. And you... campaign? 50 more minutes. I sent you out on a long leveling campaign, so he's going to gain like 180 levels or something ridiculous. Just something insane. Way more than he would have just if I'd left him fighting shadow clones. He'd have eaten them all and then just sat around all day. So I think the campaign for leveling is the best way. Okay. Fighting for a pizza. I totally called it. They were Ninja Turtles. Year 9042, January, Planet Reality. The first thing I did after defeating Nephthys was to go back to Hyperion. I could have gone back to Izanagi to buy a few humans from him, but before that I wanted to make a new monument. With the other monuments I had built so far, the first one was always the most effective for its size. The ones that required a lot more materials, and the ones after that required a lot more materials, and each additional one had to exceed the one before it in size. My shadow clones were also much better at building monuments than humans, so I had little need for them currently. The next monument I wanted to build was my lighthouse, my version of the lighthouse of Alexandria. Yes, a giant lighthouse. It will be for, to guide my spaceships, my spaceship armada. That's where we're going, right? I got humans. I have the ability to... I don't have the ability to make metal yet. Gotta get on that. I suppose we could build a space fleet out of rocks and mountains, maybe. I mean, what are small habitable planets when I get that far? Just really big spaceships if you can move them around, yes? It would be bigger than my other monuments, with everlasting light. Its light would shine far and illuminate all my other monuments. To achieve that, a lot of light was necessary. Also, I was super disappointed when I discovered, well, not really, because I kind of expected it, that all of these go away when I rebirth. They just all turn to gravel, I guess. Oh, nope, they just all fall apart. Too bad. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure we keep on it with the... Holy crap, are we more powerful. Want to make sure we keep on it, because this is the only source of divinity I've got, and I need to buy a lot of materials. An absurd amount of materials. An insane amount of materials. Do that then. And that freed up... more to dump there. Excellent. That'll finish cooking in just a few seconds. To achieve that, a lot of light was necessary, much more than I wanted to create by myself. It took me about as long to create a tiny bit of light as it did to make a whole shadow clone, so it was quite a waste of time to do it by myself. Hyperion's specialty was to create light, and he was able to do it much faster than I was. Not to mention divinity boosts them by 100-fold their speed or something, and you can't seem to do that, so... Okay. Boom. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. But it boosts my creation by 150-fold, so oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome. Anyway, after reaching Zeppelin, I tracked down Hyperion in order to buy light from him. In the world where I was born, it would have sounded weird to buy light. Not really, I buy light bulbs all the time. Sometimes I just bottle the light and keep it in a bottle. Light was not something that you could have stored. Here, I had my aura and was able to store it within an aura ball. The light in this universe was a bit different. It was similar to how electricity had been. Depending on how you used it, it could illuminate an area, turn into fire, and burn everything it touched. That's its primary use there. Or power up a device. Usually when I found an aura ball, it vanished after a short time. But combined with the light, my aura balls were able to sustain their form for a long time. This created some sort of battery. Luckily, my aura batteries were highly effective, and I was able to use them to fuel my space dimension device. Otherwise, the fuel would have been used up a long time ago. In the future, after we've blown up 17 Earths, we still use fuel? You lazy humans still haven't figured out perpetual motion. Ah! Burning fuel. Ha! Hyperion was quite astonished when I showed him my divinity and agreed to trade his light for my divinity. However, it was not cheap. For one tiny bit of light, he wanted a more than I got for defeating an orc, or half as much as I gained from fighting a mummy. You never figured out how to beat those, though. The bandages were just infinite. You ended up sacrificing your clones, then beating up your own clones. If you could squeeze divinity out of your own wrapped-up clones, then you can probably do that just out of the clones themselves, somehow. I defeated a lot of them, and left some of my clones there to fight them, but I needed a lot of light to create my lighthouse. I ended up trading more than half of the divinity I had for light. Then I went to look for Itzli to buy stones. He traded me stones for the rest of my divinity I had left. He wanted about the same price Hyperion took for light, just as I thought. I also needed a lot of stones, just like light. I also needed a lot of stones. Then I had them carry the stones to the space dimension device, and I left for the monument planet. You can fit all those stones in it? Really? How crazy big is this thing? Why not just abduct him and take him to your monument planet and have him summon the rocks there? Goodness knows you're going to need a lot of rocks for all your monuments. Upon arriving at my monument planet, I saw the clones I had left there were doing nothing. None of the stones, plants, or water I had left there remained, but they had built 8 more mighty statues and 1 more mystic garden. Because of that, my attack power and regeneration speed increased considerably. The human I'd left there had died again. My clone should have fed them, so he probably didn't die of starvation. Maybe out of boredom? I would probably never know, but I buried him at least. Maybe you just suck at making people. Maybe this is not how you're supposed to make people, out of water and vines? Well, it's not how the people I know make other people. They seem to do something far more complicated and interesting, but I don't know what it is. Then I had my clones carry the stones and light out of the space dimension device and gave them instructions on how to build my everlasting lighthouse. The size of it had to be tremendous, so I summoned as many clones as I could to build it. At that time, I was able to summon more than 10,000 at once. I think you're being humble. and it took them almost 3 months to build it. But it was worth it. My creation power spiked after it was finished. Creation power increased the speed at which I could create things slightly, my stamina, and the offensive power of my aura ball. It was by far the most helpful monument yet. When I took in the view of my new lighthouse from a distance, it shone brightly and far, and even made all my other monuments appear in a different light. Actually, it made the inaccuracies and mistakes of them much more apparent. While the monuments had proven to be quite effective at increasing my power, the architectural beauty still had a lot of room for improvement. But even the best of architects have to start somewhere. I had time, and I was sure to build many more monuments in the future. The next monument I wanted to build was my version of the statue of Zeus. Godly statue. I didn't know any Zeus in this universe, and it was my goal to become the strongest god in this universe. So a statue of myself would have made the most sense if my mighty statues weren't already of myself. I thought about making a statue of the strongest god in this universe. That sounds like a great way to power him up instead of yourself. To make it my goal to surpass him or her. But I didn't know who it was, and also the idea of building a big statue of them felt too much like worshipping them. If I did that, it might even increase their power. So I decided against it. I thought about it for a few more days, and decided to still go with a statue of myself once again. Of course, you couldn't build any other kind of world wonder or anything. Nope, gotta be another big statue of myself, even bigger this time. This time with an aura surrounding me while I was creating a shadow clone. A mighty statue then would show my pre-godhood self, and the godly statues would be after I'd become a god. It wasn't like I was really that conceited. Oh yes, you are. But this way I could be sure it would only increase my power and not someone else's. I tried to make the new statue much bigger than my mighty statues, but it was not easy, and I failed my first attempt. After it became too tall, it fell apart and crumbled under its own weight. Miss Best Architects, didn't occur to you? Didn't occur to you basic structural anything? No? You can repair space-dimension devices, but building a big statue, oh, that's complicated. The stones I had were not durable enough to make a statue as enormous as it was in my imagination. Yeah, material limitations. This was assigned to me to search for the next god, Sabeel. I had heard from Nephthys that she was surrounded by mountains that she made herself. Mountains can be really huge and they don't fall apart. Our budding architectural genius at work. Mountains can be really huge and they don't fall apart. You don't think maybe that has something to do with the shape? Maybe a pair of legs holding up something really big might not quite have the same, I don't know, structural integrity? Thinking that obtaining her power was just what I needed to create my godly statue, I left the monument planet to come back to reality once again. Once I arrived there, I searched for the mountains and cave Nephthys mentioned a while ago. But what I found was not Sabeel. Suddenly a lot of turtles appeared and blocked my way. They were much bigger than the turtles I knew of, and they're able to walk like humans. They also used weapons like swords, staffs, daggers, and nunchaku. Some turtles a bit further away sat down and ate something. It looked similar to a pizza. That also made me a bit hungry. But it didn't seem like they would give me a piece. They started to attack me as soon as I came closer. I would be inquiring where the pizza comes from. I backed off a bit and sent out some clones to fight them, My goal was now to get a few slices of pizza. Might makes right, I guess. Just take what you want. Doesn't matter if somebody else is using it. It had been decades since I last ate pizza, after all. They didn't make it easy, though. They might have looked similar to turtles, but they had green skin with their green skin color and their shells, but they were anything but slow. Unlike the turtles I knew, they were quite agile and had fantastic teamwork. Seems like somebody out there is a big fan of your dimension's pop culture. Oh wait, you don't know who the Ninja Turtles are. Never mind, your dimension didn't have pop culture, I guess. One of them is a big fan of my pop culture, going around making fantasy monsters like orcs and things, then making the Ninja Turtles. Somebody out there, none of the ones you've met yet. Their carapace was not only for show, it shielded them from all my clone's attacks, and it seemed just as unbreakable as Diana's defense felt when I fought her for the first time. The difference this time was it was on their back only. Okay, not exactly. The shell is actually all around and on the front. It might not be as hard on the front as on the back, but still. Well, anyway. That's the gist of it. That's how shells work. They're not just on your back. My clone had to hit them from the front to avoid their shield, but that was easier said than done. Or you could just learn to penetrate the shield, to hit so hard you punch through it. They shielded each other really well. There were no opening visible. The shells didn't just block the attacks of my clones, they reflected their punches back and stunned them for a split second. A stunned clone was not much different than a dead clone. The short opening afterwards allowed another turtle to kill the clone, without any effort. Nope, without any effort at all. Didn't even have to move their arm or anything, just looked at them, and they died. After fighting for half an hour, not a single clone had been able to hit one turtle from the front even once. In the meantime, the pizza I'd seen was already gone. But it didn't take long, until some other turtles brought a fresh supply of pizzas. I assume that they're in pizza boxes, though I don't know where the cardboard comes from. I just assume that. Then the turtles who fought my clones went to eat the pizza while others blocked the way of my clones once again. This meant I didn't have to worry. There would still be pizza once my clones defeated them. Even still, as it was now, the fight was bound to be a long one. It was another wall I had to overcome, a really big one at that. The turtles were patient, but so was I. There was no way I could give up until I got their pizza, even if it took me years. Golem. Did we skip Graveler and Geodude then? It looks to me like somebody is almost done. Come on, gimme. I got another one to build. I got another one to think about. Almost there. You know, this is the opposite of a prisoner. A prisoner breaks rocks. You make them. Only old cartoon prisoners, though, break rocks. I don't think they do that with modern ones anymore. Okay. I need 1 mountain, 100,000 stone, and 25,000 water. I think I can buy that. 25,000, eh? Alright, whatever. How much was that for stone? 100,000, I think? Womp. And we've already got our mountains, so... yes. All 4 power stats. All 4. Oh. This is gonna be huge. 1 plus 200 times count. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be amazing. That is going to make me all powerful. The last one didn't do as much for this, huh? Oh well. Golems? I need your divinity. Oop, no, we seem to be dying. That's okay. My gosh. I'm definitely going to hit max shadow clones. I'm going to hit my soft cap on my next rebirth. Toot, toot, toot. I don't really know what to do with these leftover clones, so I guess I'll just put them to work on the statue. It's gonna take a while. Big, giant statues of myself. I don't have an ego. I'm not narcissistic or anything. I just build giant statues of myself everywhere. I mean, it could have been any structure and it would have given me power, but I just thought maybe I'd make them all statues of me. Observing their strategies was also a good way to improve my fighting prowess. Their shell was part of their body and seemingly just as strong as my reflection barrier. It still took me seconds to create my reflection barrier, which created a big opening and made it hard to use in fights. The turtles always had their shield and were able to block anything in a millisecond. Thus, I set myself another goal in addition to defeating the turtles and getting their pizza. Train my reflection barrier to be able to use it just like they could use their shield. Just as I suspected, it was a long fight. Not a single turtle defeated, not a single slice of pizza, millions of dead clones. Millions? For every 20 that die, you get one more. Millions. Millions. I think you exaggerate a little. This was the result after 3 weeks of fighting. At least I had improved my reflection barrier quite a bit. Instead of a few seconds, I could now create it to block an enemy attack within less than a second. It still meant that the turtles were almost 1,000 times faster at blocking their incoming attacks than I was, at least if I compared their shells to my reflection barrier. My reaction speed itself was superior to theirs, so dodging attacks or blocking them with my fist was faster than their shielding, but blocking with my fist would hurt myself more than my opponent. Dodging didn't do any damage, but their shields were able to stun an opponent. The main reason they could react with their shields so fast was that it was part of their body. I had to create my barrier first, so I tried to copy them and make my reflection barrier as part of my body. Yes, it is time for body modification. Let's start growing reflection barriers. A shield as big as the turtles would have taken up too much stamina to maintain the whole time, but sustaining 2 small ones like bracers seemed possible. Why don't you just kill a turtle and then steal its shell? Hell, beat one turtle and then kick the shell into the others like Mario. But mostly just take one of their shell. You could give each one of your clones one shell. It'll be great. Nope. Nope, can't get those. Oh man, I want the Santa hat. It's getting near Christmas time. Can't I get a Santa hat? Oh, I'm not paying that. I'll just be happy with my headband. I tried different ways to create and maintain such a small reflection barrier, but to no avail. After 2 more weeks, I gave up on the idea. The small barrier couldn't reproduce the reflection effect, and it also interfered with my aura. Then I just went back to improving the time it took to create a barrier. I was quite sure that creating it first and then blocking with it, I would never be able to match the speed of the turtles were able to use their shields, but I had come up with a solution. Instead of improving the speed of creating the barrier, there were other ways to make it appear for the enemy to be faster than it really was. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. Other ways, yes. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. For now, I had ordered my clones to stop fighting the turtles because they still had no chance of winning. The next weeks I spent on concentrating to feel the air and the nature surrounding me, and my clones did the same. I closed my eyes and tried to feel everything surrounding me, while some of my clones tried to attack me. And the rest of the clones split off into groups and went through the same exercise. This was to improve my prediction ability. If my clones could predict the way the turtles moved before they themselves did, it wouldn't matter how fast they could use their shields to block attacks. They'd still be able to score hits. At first, this training looked like my clones would just slaughter each other. The ones who closed their eyes to try to predict incoming attacks had no chance. But that was about to change soon. As their concentration improved, they could feel the slight movements of the air. Have you ever considered just building up your power and piercing through it like you did with Diana? Just saying, you could do it. You could just overpower it. Just feeling the movements of the air was not enough, though. They would need to feel it soon enough to be able to react, and then counter the movement. The punches were too fast for that, and the time after the motion of the air could be noticed was too short, at least when using their body to sense it. I switched back to training my defensive aura, until it was like an extension of my skin. Combined with the deep concentration I'd learned the weeks before that, it had increased the range, the air movements I could detect up to a distance of 1 to 2 meters. This meant that in a close-range fight, my clones were now able to make the movements of their opponents, were now able to know the movements of their opponents as soon as they started them. Not only the opponents' moves, though, but also those of each other, so their teamwork also improved quite a bit. Because they were aware of how well they all moved, without having to look at each other. I named this ability Clairvoyance. I had already trained to use a prediction ability when I fought the goblins before Gaia, but the Clairvoyance was a much improved version of it. Have you ever considered, you mentioned a while ago that your clones could create, but all they would make turned to charcoal. Was it charcoal? I think it was charcoal. So, fine. What if you had tens of thousands of clones, all producing charcoal, and you bury the turtles in it? Then you set it on fire with like 10,000 ore balls. Barbecued turtle. That could be as tasty as pizza. Yes? No? Probably not. Then they started to fight the turtles again, and it went much better than before. My clones could now feel their movements, and their shield blocks became useless if my clones could predict it. So I murdered them. They weren't hurting anyone, they were just sitting around eating pizza. But I murdered them! However, the newly learned clairvoyance ability was still not perfect. With the good teamwork of the turtles, they were still able to block most attacks, but once in a while my clones were able to attack them from the front where they were defenseless. These are crappy-ass Ninja Turtle wannabes. Defenseless? The front is the direction they're looking. The front is the direction they have their blades. Defenseless? Ah. Even from the front, their skin was thick and a few punches didn't defeat a turtle. But now it was possible to hurt them. It didn't take long after that before the first turtles were defeated. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Then they were able to still hold on for a few days as they brought countless reinforcements. Finally, a week later, my clones succeeded in snatching away one of their pizzas. No! Not their pizzas! Killing them was one thing, but stealing! You monster! Since starting to train here, I'd only eaten fruits from the nearby forests. Why? You can make animals. Whatever. So the pizza was really welcome change. Ho! Ho! Okay.
Maybe it was because it had been decades since I last had pizza, but it tasted delicious, much better than anything I remember being back on Earth. Well, if rabbits are like 100 times faster and stronger, and every other thing we've encountered is like that, it stands to reason that pizza would also be 100 times better too. 100 million times. And not just tastier, but have that much more hit points. A few big pyramids to make you feel almighty. Okay, fine. 50,000 water, 500,000 stone, 200... Light? Oh, I guess I gotta put light all over it. Fine, whatever. Let's see here. 50,000 water. I'll just buy 100,000. Water's cheap. How much stone did I need again? 500,000. That might be a little bit much. No, it's not. Stone is super cheap. Stone is dirt cheap. No, actually, I'm mistaken. Dirt is more expensive than stone. And the last one, let's see, we got light, we got stone. Was it water? Why water? Well, I have 100,000 water right now, so okay. No, something's missing. I need more light still? Oh, light. Right. I already bought the water. What am I thinking? Light! We must have light! Okay. Oh, it's only going to take half an hour, is it? I see. Take that, golems. I suppose I could. It would get me more divinity, but I'd rather do this. Oh, somebody's gonna get it. Somebody's really gonna get it. I'm not even gonna have to power up. I'm not even gonna have to unleash might. Part 2. The Mountain Goddess. Having reached my pizza goal, I continued to search for Sabile. Even without the pizza, I probably would have needed to defeat the turtles anyway. They had blocked the way to the cave ahead, which was now free. I entered the cave and sent out some of my clones to search the numerous passages. Sabile really was in the cave. About 2 hours later, my clones found her, and I followed the path until I stood before her. Sabile had the power to create and control mountains and caves. So we were in her territory, and a fight was bound to be hard. But I was prepared. Were you? Were you really? I think this has been a long story of not being prepared, every single encounter. I approached her, but just before I could call out my challenge, she closed off the path to her with a new wall. Nope. I've heard about you. You're the violent psychopath that runs around beating the shit out of people. No, thank you. No. Bye. Of course, something like that wouldn't stalk me, so I smashed through it. Seriously, could you imagine this? A person just going around beating the crap out of people just all over the place. God. You know what you need? You need police gods to show up and arrest people like this. But it was thick, like there had never been a passage on the other side of the wall. I pressed on further and further until the wall was gone. But then what I saw wasn't Sabile, but the sky. It seemed she had closed off the whole cave, and I had created a new passage to the exterior of the mountain, instead of connecting it to the main, where Sabile had been before. Outside, the turtles were waiting for me and tried to attack. Revenge! But by now my clones had no trouble beating them. Revenge fail. You shall never avenge your brothers. Poor turtles. Have you thought of taking their swords and staves and things and arming your clones with them? It might be good. Might be better than punching things. The Bigger issue was to find Sabine once more and to prevent her from running away again. I ordered my clones to surround the cave and find other entrances and search for her more. I'm at a 405% creation speed now. Neat! It's just a shame. I've only, this 70%, I don't think that it's multiplying this over here. I think it's just adding to it. I'll get another one soon, but it's not even going to be a 10% boost to speed anymore, relative, over what I got right now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. Let's see. This time, I took almost half the day to find her again, but I was prepared a lot better. I figured hiding the whole day must have made her hungry, so I took another pizza from the turtles to offer it to her. Here, have this stolen illicit goods. You're assuming that Sabine doesn't make the pizzas herself. She might be the chef that all the turtles come to. She might not want to talk to you because you're killing all her turtles. I also had some clones observing her more closely in case she closed off the cave again. When I appeared before her, she was about to close off the cave again. Before she was able to, I threw the pizza toward her. She caught the pizza and failed to close it off. And I ran to the pizza, not teleport, and took it away from her again. Mine! Why'd you throw it at me then? Also, again, I'm assuming he's in a box, but, you flung it and all the forces and stuff. It's probably not a pizza shape anymore. It's probably been smashed into a brick. A pizza brick. If you want it, you'll have to fight against me. She instantly summoned a stone spear from the ceiling. It shot towards my right hand, which was holding the pizza. It surprised me a bit, but I managed to dodge it. This was not how I expected the answer, but more or less what I wanted. She didn't run away anymore and started to attack me, even if only to get the pizza. I protecting the pizza while fighting her made it a bit harder for me to move. A bit? Only a bit? Ties up one arm and, well, yeah, you're trying to protect this pizza. But it also made her attacks a bit more predictable. Well, then she's dumb. Seriously, if she kicks you hard enough, she can probably just grab the pizza while you're stunned. And all's fair in love, war, and pizza. It also made it possible for me to lead her outside the cave, where I wasn't constrained by walls and had much more freedom. She shouldn't let you do that, including the ability to use my flight. So the first thing I did was to punch through the cave until we were outside. It didn't last long. Maybe she didn't like the light of the outside that much, but she created another mountain on top of the cave. So, we were inside a new cave again, and the mountain created another thick layer of stone to surround us. Now the wall started to attack me, with arrow-shaped stones. It wasn't too hard to dodge them, but it created a few openings, and Sabine almost snatched away my pizza because of that. It was really hard to attack her. She was able to control the mountain like her own body. When I tried to punch her, she instantly created a wall, and when I punched through it, she wasn't there anymore. Then she appeared from somewhere else and tried to snatch away the pizza again. But my training to feel even the slightest movements in the air helped me to detect her as soon as she appeared. I didn't have any blind spots, and I could dodge all her attempts to attack me to steal the pizza. It was still more or less a stalemate. She played hide-and-seek, so I couldn't touch her, and I dodged all her attacks. Then I tried to open up a way again, this time not in a horizontal direction like before, but upwards to the sky. I thought it might be harder for her to create another mountain on top of a mountain. At least there was a limit to how high it could be, right? 6 hours later. Ah! It's the vacuum of space! Drops another mountain on top of that. Nope! Still not my height limit. I can go forever. Yay! That was a lot. This took me longer. and Sabine tried to prevent it a few times. Because she was able to manipulate the mountain at will, she was able to change the direction of the walls I smashed through. She could also manipulate the gravity inside the mountain. That's a useful trick. So instead of going upwards, I sometimes actually went sideways or even downwards. But this only confused me at the beginning. I still had my shadow clones outside of the mountain, and I could communicate them through telepathy. How come you never used that ability before? Since when can you do that? You were surprised returning to Monument World because all your clones were sitting around doing nothing and the human had starved to death. You didn't think to use telepathy on your ride there? Maybe she just doesn't like talking to herself much. Some people are odd like that. Don't enjoy talking to themselves all day. I don't know what's wrong with them. And use that to stay oriented. While I was moving upwards, she kept making the mountain bigger, and she was even faster with that than I was at smashing through rock. But it didn't last forever. A few hours later, I finally managed to reach the top where I saw the sky again. Like I deduced, there was a limit to how big she could make the mountain. Or she's lulling you into a false sense of security. You're all like, yay, I'm out of the mountain. Oh, this is great. Meanwhile, another mountain appears above her head and falls down upon her. Being hit by a mountain, would that be enough to beat you? Outside, the air was already really thin and I couldn't see the bottom anymore. I estimated the altitude to be even higher than the mountain where I fought Shu. I wouldn't be able to breathe without my aura here. Spiel also followed me outside, shooting arrows of stone at me, but now outside the mountain it was really easy to dodge them. She had lost her terrain advantage and she couldn't fly, so the fight from here on was quite easy. It wasn't even really a fight anymore. A short while into the fight, she simply collapsed. Was the air too thin for her, I wondered? When I flew towards her, I could hear her voice faintly saying, "Red Warrior needs food badly," and the loud growling of her stomach. I wasn't sure if this really counted as a victory, but I'd managed to get her out of the mountain and she'd collapsed with no will to fight left. I'd managed to keep the pizza out of harm's way, so it was still in one piece. One solid block. I ended the fight there and gave her the pizza. She hastily took it from me. Then she tried to keep her distance and slowly ate it while looking at me with a wary face. After she finished the pizza, she asked me what I want from her. I answered that I was looking for strong gods to challenge. My dream was to become the Pirate King. I mean, the strongest of them all. Then I tried to challenge her again because I didn't feel like it was a true victory. But she declined. She told me I'd won already and a new fight would be too troublesome. She was about to leave, but I asked her to teach me how to create and manipulate mountains. It was a great power, and I needed to build my godly statue. As she was about to decline again, I offered to give her all the pizzas she wanted, and also showed off my divinity and tried to buy a few of her mountains. She was interested in the offer, but it turned out she wanted twice as much divinity as I had for a single mountain. I told her I'd have that next time I saw her. 3 months later, I was able to create mountains. She still took 3 months. I know you're just making them out of rocks. You have to just pile them, right? Maybe the shape was too complex for our budding architect to figure out any sooner. She didn't want to tell me how she was able to summon that much stone at once, and I was still quite slow at it, but that was as far as she wanted to teach me. Only a stupid god would reveal all their secrets to someone else, she said, and then she disappeared without a trace. At least, she told me where I was to find the next god to defeat. It was Artemis. She had created all the trees and forests on reality. She usually moved around from forest to forest and would appear sooner or later if I waited long enough at one of the forests. Before doing that, I left for Monument World again. I wanted to build at least one of my statues first. Gods of the hunt, forests, and hills. The moon, archery, associated with the night. Not enough to create night, though, but maybe some forests. You can't create night. Night is the opposite of light. You create light. So. But then again, the rules of this universe are kind of weird, so maybe you could. I don't know. Ah, still 8 minutes away. Here, 24. That'll help. That'll make all the difference. Okay, let me see. Right, pets. 6.5. Well, 6 minutes 50 seconds. Fine. Then I'll fight gods. Hey there, Artemis. Oh wow. Freya's gonna be a problem, I can see already. We go straight from cute to strong to powerful. Can I flick him? Flick? Flick? Just get out of here, you. Just swatted her 3 times. That better be what happens in the story. I encountered her and I just swatted her 3 times. The glowing apes. Glowing? I don't remember you saying you were glowing. Talking ape. Doesn't want to be called an ape. Wants to be called a Saiyan. Just a Saiyan. Crud, 2 of them can't beat a golem. Harmph. Well, next time. Next time. Next time on Idling of the Gods. Pyramids of Power for absurd boosting. My pet gains a ton of levels and then can go hunt multipliers. Or something. And presumably glowing apes and the revenge. Oh, that can't be good. So until then, until next time and every time, this is Hadrix signing off. Bye.